Hello everyone! Welcome back to this game! When we last left off, we were doing our usual stuff that we do in between each chapter. Eventually we'll be heading up to that dojo. Gotta add that to the list. Not quite yet though. There is still one more party member I need to get on my team before we head up there. And that's not much of a spoiler. Obviously, if I had all the party members I wanted for that, I'd be going up there now. But since I'm not going up there now, clearly that must mean there's somebody else. I won't say who, but there is somebody else. Boy, hanging out way up high sure was nice. Such a great view and everything. Huh? Never mind. Say, that's a cool hammer you got there. I bet you can even beat up some enemies with hard shells now, minus the some. Indeed. It's kind of interesting how Luigi is in some different place in between each chapter doing something different. Where did he get that block from? Speaking of things to do, what's my totals looking like? 61 badges, 94 star pieces, 25 recipes, 18 quizzes. Well, we're definitely at least halfway there with most of this stuff. Definitely going to have to do some extra work in order to complete these lists. Like crunch time sort of thing. Let's see, what do we got now? Oh, another letter from Colorado? How are you, old bean? Smashing, I trust. I'd just like to thank you for helping with that nasty volcano business. Well, at least this time he acknowledged our help. Of course, I'm sure you're well aware of my own heroic role in the final fracas. He's not lying. I've lately worried about my dear wife. How she must worry about me as I brave danger. Perhaps it's time I return home for a while. Feel free to stop by for a spot of tea. Colorado. Indeed, he is done with his adventures for the time being. Next time we head to Koopa Village, we'll definitely have to pay him a visit. Alright, 2 more pages in Luigi's diary. Oh hey! Thank you for the resub, Maddie! That is awesome of you. Anyway, I heard that my brother went to Lava Lava Island on a tuna. Unbelievable. So unfair. I want to ride on a tuna too. Technically a whale. I heard that some Yoshi kids on Lava Lava Island got lost and my brother saved them. I bet Yoshi kids are just about the cutest things around. I'm a bit jealous of my brother. Makes me wonder, do you think Yoshi kids have to be taught not to eat certain things? Like people? Not to eat people? I mean, imagine it. A baby Yoshi with a long stretchy tongue and a mouth that can basically fit anything inside of it. You already know that human babies try to put everything in their mouth. Now imagine a baby Yoshi doing that. Hi, Strike Back! Welcome to today's stream. Oh, one more thing. Gotta do one more thing before we move on with plot. It is high time we pay a visit to Rusty here. Oh, salutations. You are Mario, are you not? Of course I know who you are. I'm the wise toad, Rusty. Pleasure meeting you. As you can probably tell, I love books and read all the time. Because I'm so well read, I know all sorts of interesting facts. Whenever you visit with me, I'll be happy to share all of my knowledge with you. You are Mr. Rusty, correct? Well, he kinda just said that. Name is Pericary, etc., etc. Now what could this be about? How exceedingly strange. It's from Lava Lava Island. Yes, yes. It's a question from a curious kid there. My mind is in quite demand. The way I mix up words sometimes. All of those words were there, just not quite in that order. Thank you, Parakarry. I thank you for your quick delivery. You know, this one actually was kinda quick. We just came from that island. I don't usually accept questions, but oh well. It's from a kid, and we must educate the younger generation. When I was a child, I had a curious mind as well. Still do. I'll get right on the answer. Thanks again for bringing this letter such a long way. Please take this as thanks. Everybody just has these star pieces lying around for some reason. I'm really curious what that letter is, what the question is, and what the answer might be. We never get to find out, though. Are you talking to me because you crave knowledge that only my intellect can provide? Then how about this? So it is told that far away at the very top of the sky there exists a star haven where stars make their home. In Star Haven, there's a treasure called a star rod. According to legend, it was made with ancient magic. There are said to be stars that are particularly strong and good-hearted. They are called star spirits. Using the magical star rod, these star spirits grant the wishes of everyone in this world. That's why when we make a wish to the night sky and it comes true, it's all thanks to the star spirits and their star rod. If there's anything else you wish to know, please feel free to ask me. Indeed, I've talked about this guy before. He mostly gives hints about gameplay and secrets you can find, like right here he talks about the controls, so most of these can be pretty much skipped. But he does mention a few things that are kind of interesting. I kind of wrote down which ones those are, so I'm going to kind of skip through them. Skip 4... Skip 5... A lot of these hints are going to be things I've actually already done. What's this one? Nope, did that one. Which means this one is next. Yep. In our fair land, there are several radio stations to listen to. If you occasionally check the radio, you might just hear some useful information. I've heard that someone in Koopa Village has a radio, so why don't you ask if you could have a listen? This sounds like basic gameplay tips, but here's the part that I find interesting. Actually, one of the radio stations, FM will soon be celebrating its 10th anniversary. Sounds exciting. And that's basically all the information we have on it. As far as I remember, the anniversary doesn't actually come into play at some point. I just find it interesting because of the lore. Alright, skip 1, skip 2, skip 3... Oh, that reminds me, I need to see Merlee next chance I get. There's a place called Mount Rugged. Trust me, there is. On this mountain, a very rare creature called Waka lives. If you hit a Waka, something called a Waka's Bump will appear. It's very valuable. It's been said that if you eat one, you'll be instantly filled with energy. But it's rather sad, actually. Even though Wakas are kind, people keep pummeling them to get the Waka's bumps. That's why the number of Wakas on Mount Rugged has been declining. In fact, there's a rumor that there's only one left. The last Waka. How tragic. Indeed, and that is the reason why I am not bothering with getting any Waka's bumps. No matter how much they might be worth, no matter what recipes they might make, I ain't getting one. Incidentally, the recipe that requires a Waka's bump, there are alternatives, so don't really need to. Good news is, it's not technically the last Waka in the world. We find one in Paper Mario the Thousand-Year Door. Let's see. Nope. Not this one. Next one, maybe. Yep. There's a grim guy called Anti-Guy who guards a special treasure chest. According to a book I read a while back, he absolutely loves lemon candy. If you take one to Anti-Guy, he might mellow out a bit. Yeah, I didn't bother with the lemon candy, I just killed him. But this is where you get that little bit of information in case you don't want to deal with how powerful the guy is. Okay, skip 1, skip 2, and this one. You may see symbols above enemies in the battle sequences. These mean that the enemy can make you dizzy, put you to sleep, or call in some reinforcements. When you see those enemies, you should try to paralyze them or put them to sleep before they do it to you. The battle will be much easier if you can make it so your enemies can't move. Yeah, this is complete bupkis. As far as I can tell, there is at any point, where there's a symbol above an enemy that indicates that they can apply some status effects. This might actually be some old information, like an early translation sort of thing, early information, because now you can tell that certain enemies may make you dizzy because, like those Koopa Troopas, they spin around whenever they're getting ready to make you dizzy. But as far as I can tell, there's no other clues. Alright, skip 1, skip 2, skip 3. That's a recipe he tells you about, but we already did that one. Do you know the Yoshis that live on Lava Lava Island in the South Ocean? Perhaps because their tropical island is so colorful, the Yoshis themselves are of many different colors. That's kind of interesting. It seems they have different personalities depending on their body colors. They all love food, but yellow Yoshi seem to really delight in delicacies. Next time you see a yellow Yoshi, try giving it something delicious. Trust me, it'll be happy. Yeah, we already did that. Give a tasty food item, and you get a melon. This is certainly an interesting part here. Different personalities depending on their body colors. Can you imagine if that actually worked that way in real life? Your color determined your personality? That would be weird. It's certainly a good thing that's not actually the case. You know a Koopa called Mr. Colorado, the famous explorer and archaeologist? I have nothing but respect for him. Solving the riddle of the candy canes on Pleasant Path, investigating dry ruins in dry desert, discovering many new facts, these are but a few of his accomplishments. Recently, he found a treasure that proves an ancient civilization once existed on Lava Lava Island. According to Mr. Colorado, a long time ago, people once lived on Lava Lava Island. I heard that these people used to live in the holes dug out of the side of the volcano in Lava Lava Island. But they were forced to flee the island because the volcano became very active. Even he couldn't find out what kind of people they were or where they escaped to. Long after these mysterious people left the island, Yoshis and Ravens arrived, and they've lived in harmony ever since. Now that one is definitely a neat one, I feel like. Alright, one more. Do you know a giant Koopa called KetzelFeathers? Yep, I beat him up last time. Was pretty easy. A long time ago, it seems this gent lived in Koopa Village. At the time, they say KetzelFeathers often trained with 4 village Koopas. KetzelFeathers was amazingly strong, so he always beat the team of Koopas. Strong as he was, I've heard from some village residents that even KetzelFeathers had a few weak points though. Yep, his tail. He can also fall asleep pretty easily if you sing him to him. Alright, that's all of the Rusty stuff for now. There'll be more later, but if I try talking to him at this point, he'll just repeat the stuff we've already seen. With that out of the way, I believe we are done with all the in-between chapter stuff. So, I believe... Oh, wait. I was about to say we should start Chapter 6, but in actuality, I really should head back to Dry Desert real quick. Actually, there's a couple things I want to do. I'm gonna make a quick trip to the Haunted Mansion. It'll take a few minutes, but I just wanted to demonstrate one kind of sort of thing. I want to sell a thing here. So in my inventory is a dried shroom. I got it from that hobo who lives in the sewers, forget his name. Now, most places will only buy a dried shroom for a single coin. Now, obviously, it's not a very good mushroom. However, selling it to this place, you can get 3 coins. That's not very much, admittedly. But it's still kind of interesting. You know what, as long as I'm here, I'll sell the regular mushroom too. I'm not likely going to use it much. 2 coins. It might be worth more somewhere else, actually. It's definitely really interesting how different shops have different prices on things. I've mentioned this before, but if you're really smart and keep track of prices, you could buy an item in one place and then sell it to another for a profit. Ah! Hello, Spamsicle! Welcome to my stream! We're getting ready to start Chapter 6 here. Before I do, though, I need to head back to Dry Outpost, because I need to buff Mario's spell. Allow him to sometimes take no damage, or less damage, I guess would be the case. Or double amount of coins won from battle, those sort of spells. Very handy, very worth it. Also check for Quizmo as I'm looking around. No, not here. Alright. I don't have enough money for the special course, so I'll just go with the ordinary course. They're effectively all the same. It just... the amount of money determines how long the spell lasts, how many times it's able to trigger. So the 20 coin course is not going to last as long as the special course, the 50 coin one. But it'll at least last me through the next chapter. And by then I'll definitely, hopefully, have earned enough coins that I can get the special course. Can we get Chuck Quizmo? I'm trying to get Chuck Quizmo. Let me take one more pass in this direction and then we'll leave. There he is! Alright, what you got? What's the name of the elderly Koopa Troopa who always asks for errands to be run? Koopa Crab, Koopa Coot, Old Coop, it's Koopa Coot. That was an easy one. Alright, up to 19. Pretty sure it was out of 64. Sounds about right. Oh, as long as I'm in this shop. Let's see how much the mushroom can be sold for here. Still 2 coins. I'll check one more shop. This won't take long. It'll be kind of along the way, sort of. This one, yeah. Let's check here real quick. And if it's still 2 coins, whatever, I'll sell it. Oh! Actually, as long as we're here. Well, I'm back in the village. It's rather nice, eh, old boy? Adventure is all well and good, but one's home is really tops. So stay here for a change. I've had just about enough of sitting around worrying and waiting for your return. Hmm? Ah, yes. Of course. Well... Psst. To tell the truth, old bean, I'm itching to search for the lost palace in the north. But tut-tut, mum's the word as far as the wife's concerned. I happen to know exactly where he's talking about, but it's not going to happen until basically after the game is over. Oh, Mario, my husband came home. He sits around the house and reads books about all the treasures out there waiting. It's so nice to have him home, I can't even tell you. Phew, my husband, what a difficult man, but I still love him. Hi, Chuck. What's next? How many Bob-ombs besides Bombette were imprisoned in the jail at the Cooper Brothers Fortress? Besides Bombette, 1, 2, 3, 4... Well, certainly not 8. This is an easy one. Even if you don't remember the exact amount, you know there wasn't that many. Alright, 20 down. Well, that was definitely worth coming here. Even if the mushroom still sells for 2 coins. Oop. Yep, still 2 coins. Oh well. I doubt the mushroom would sell for any more than that in the Mushroom Kingdom. Alright, let me see if I can trigger one more Chuck Quizmo. I'll take a couple peeks right here. Nope. One more time. Nope. Oh well. In that case, how about we get started on Chapter 6 now, shall we? Flower Fields is in a state of despair because of Bowser's minions. Please, save us! Alright. Bubbles come from a flower-filled land called Flower Fields. Appropriate name. They say the flowers in Flower Fields are in trouble. To get to Flower Fields, you need 4 kinds of seeds that only Bubble possess. But where are the Bubbles? Please, Mario, you must look for Bubbles and get the seeds from them. Maybe Merlin's fortune-telling could help you look. Not necessary. Here's the last one. Wow! You brought me the seed! Thank you so much! Kia! At first it just looked like the flowers were blooming, but suddenly a door appeared. Do flowers normally glow when they bloom? It must be. You must be able to go to Flower Fields from here. Mario, Flower Fields needs your aid. Please help. Alright. Only because I have to. And so we enter Chapter 6, Dark Days and Flower Fields. We'll be getting to that here in moments. Now that we got this taken care of, we will be right back. And when we come back, we'll officially be starting Chapter 6. I would be saying how exciting, but that would be a lie.